Hi. So to start with, I have next week will be the last week of studying before the winter holidays, and yesterday was my last violin exam in this half of the year, and after the holidays I'll have right away also one of the exams, so that's why I need to practice. So yesterday I took my violin exam. I mean, she was satisfied with my exam yesterday. I mean, I more like comparatively, I got an high grade, not an straight A, but almost. So that was good. I mean, she was satisfied, and she now is committed to give me something harder. And I mean, that's great, but my writing. So, yes, my violin teacher is satisfied, but my my writer's part, not so. Because week passed and I honestly did nothing. All I did, because I will still tell what I did, because I did some things in 9 p.m. yesterday. So, yes, I'll share some pain and things I still need to do. And the book itself. Also, I have no idea what I will do, because usually, like, I'm in the first year, and usually only in the second year of studying you play in the orchestra, like school orchestra, not the real orchestra. So I mean, I'm only in the first year, and she already told me that after the winter holidays I will be playing in the orchestra, because I mean my skills allow me to, but the orchestra will be in Monday, Tuesday and Friday. So the days that I usually film my videos, and well, Monday no, because Monday is a day from hell generally, but now I'll have plus an orchestra. I have no idea how I'll manage this. I don't know, I have to unlock somehow 25th hour. At least, I mean, 1 hour, that's not too much. But, I mean, and the same time my teachers tell me, you know, you should be careful with your health, because, I mean, you should sleep, eat. When? Yes, but anyway, I passed my exams, so that's good. And, well, I mean, not last. I'm rejoicing, but there's still a lot. There is music theory and like something like vocal, but it's also some kind of music theory. I mean, I don't know, it's half vocal, half music theory. I don't know how to call it. And music history. And music history, so we are studying Bach in the music, so it's from the music in the music history lessons, on the music history lessons, so it's I mean, I love Bach. I like his music. I love his music, but studying it to pass an exam. And what else? Also, some people suggested that I make videos like shorter, like 10 minutes, 18 minutes at where, like, best. So there's my videos shouldn't be longer than 18 minutes. So, I mean, I will try to accept this challenge and make this video 18 minutes. However, I stopped doing it like this, because my videos, like, I have video that lasts 18 minutes and it's not so good, not a successful thing. I mean, is it 18 minutes and 18 views or 10 views? I don't remember. So it didn't surpass 20 views, so I just stopped. Anyway, I'll try again. And yes, because I have really nothing to talk about. Also, I need help. So in my previous video, I was saying that I need to write and haste. And yesterday, I tried to make it, not yesterday, yes, yesterday. You see, I made this like small chain just to know that I need to finish this. but I have no idea how. I don't know how to write in haste. And I mean, I did my research. You know, usually Pinterest is useful, like to know like the general thing, and of course, more or less, then it's up to you how you write it. And nothing on Pinterest. And all I had is just this money heist, like aesthetic. That's not what I wanted. And despite how hard I tried to change the prompt, it didn't help. Also, Google didn't help. Also, I think no. Also, I refuse to use like these generators because I mean that should be my work, and I don't feel like using generators for anything, for names, for. Also, I made a video about how you like when I ask in my TikTok how because I was struggling to come up with names for my kingdom, and I already did the names, but I was still questioning them, and I made this question video where I asked how do you come up with names for your kingdoms. I mean, there are varieties of good answers and so on, but a lot of people just use generators. As for their names, for character names, as for kingdoms and anything else. So if you don't know why you can't spell them, you will have an answer. And I don't feel like using these generators. It just feels cheap and it kills off this kind of creativity. And I love to mix words, and plus if they mean something and not just some generated different letters pushed together. So no. Also, I mean, of course they were saying that some smashed the keyboard and just edit what came out, and some were just saying that they spelled different words while staring at the ceiling. So no, that's not how I do it, and no. So yes, that's why I struggle. This haste, I don't know. I need some advice. I don't know how. I don't know where even to look, because of course if you pick, I don't know, already published books, that doesn't help a lot, because I mean you already look at the whole picture and it's good, but how do you write it? And I don't feel like just blindly copying. So no. Yes, also some quotes, because I mean I was listening this music history, I was sitting this music history lesson, and I started asking questions, and it kind of went in the circle, and I wrote some thoughts, like here I write my thoughts, here I write my dialogues, that's my business diary, that's my world building diary, and that's a new one. And I started drawing. Of course, the sketch itself, like not this one. So the sketch did my sisters. One did my younger sister, other helped me older sister, because I had this kind of feeling of confidence, and I thought I'll draw it myself. I didn't. So in the middle of the lesson, it wasn't a music history lesson, I asked her to fix it. So yes, I looked up Pinterest, some kind of, that won't be a character's face, I just need the brief sketch just to have this face, like, so I can draw like that mask in right proportions. I don't know. That sounds weird. Okay, so to draw it right, I had to look up like the real sketches, like which artists use. So yes, +1, not +1. I mean, here it's all my diaries, working diaries. I do really use them just for different things. That's the first thing. So you see, I started drawing terribly hard. That's not a grateful work. Also, my diary falls apart. And I'm running out of it. Also, that's very sad. I feel sad. So, you see, I created doing this mask, and I won't dive into like the whole topic and so on, but I need them. So in order to make them, I had to see them, And the question was, for a moment I thought they will just wear different animal masks just to represent some animal and their qualities. But that seemed too simple for me, and that kind of didn't sound, that still wouldn't do the work. I was not satisfied with it. I looked up Pinterest and so on, and no, that's not it. So I come up with something even better. And this something better, I can't draw. I can't even, how do I can't like picture it. I have this thing in my mind, and if I write about it, it will make sense. But if to make this, if to draw it and like to make it visible, I can't. I won't be able to. So that's an issue. Here also it's not finished, and I will not dive, because I mean here I more or less was able to. Of course, it looks creepy. I can draw, but and maybe it should be. Maybe it should look like this. So, and here I was able to do this because that's a whole different thing. Like, not a whole different thing, but just different. And here you can't see the mask. Otherwise, it's, no. I don't know how to do it. Maybe I'll come up with something. I'm satisfied with it, but kind of have a headache now because I have no idea how to picture it. That's my week. I don't have time to think about writing. Though my violin teacher is, like I said, pleased. She was very in a good mood. I mean, you know that thing when you cook, you have like the first pancake or the past like first thing, like I don't know what you fry, but I mean, if you fry something first on the pan, it's usually the worst. So she tells me like that, you know, your first exam was like, you know, the first pancake, but it will get better and better. At some point it was funny, and the other, I mean, she tells me that it was not so good. But for the first time she said it was fine. I mean, look, I have titles. I made titles in this diary. Also, this diary started falling apart. I didn't know why. But I mean, I have different titles and I just should feel them, but I didn't. Because I don't know how. I didn't do legends. Nothing really. I did some of the like imperial figures. Positions, different positions, like which not really people can take. So I have this, I made this kind of, I mean, there's some scientists and some are historians. Of course, I'm simplifying it. So that's what I did this week, yesterday. So when I say this week, mostly I mean yesterday. Because I mean, I passed my exam and I was just like, yay, I can finally take some time. And then I remembered that I have still one lesson to go, which I should prepare for it. Yeah, I mostly do the most of the work in my head, so I don't write it down. Yeah, and the last thing I said in my previous video that I will write it down, I didn't write it down. That's how it works with me. I just don't know. I keep it in my head, yet it's not really grateful thing. Also, why I'm saying that you shouldn't keep your things in your head, because I was just like, does that count scrolling? Not through my diaries and in my like notes, like in an app. So, and I see things like, and I was just like, oh, I need to write that scene down. Also, I completely forgot about it. I mean, if you would ask me, I didn't remember it, but I wrote it, and that's a good thing. Usually I write one sentence, and usually it's enough for me to bring back that idea. Also, I do backstories, and everything I do is in my head. I try to connect the things in my head. Also, I don't see now the plot holes, because usually when I see a plot hole, I can fix it right away. I fix it. Yesterday I had a plot hole, and yesterday I fixed it. Also in that same 3rd chapter. Also, I revised 6th chapter again. Edited some things again.
Wow. Let's do that again. No.
Didn't get to the worst part. You see, my writing is also, I didn't tell you word count, because it didn't change much, yet it did. So it's 34,000 words. It shifted for 10 with something thousand words, because this additional scenes I moved into another document, so it doesn't mess up with all the manuscript, like almost like the real draft. Also, I was thinking about something. I think you might want to hear about it. So, what I actually got the review on my prologue yesterday, and I mean, my friend, English also is not her native language. She complained that it was hard for her to read because I am showing off with my vocabulary. But I use this complex vocabulary because it enforces some feeling or the thought I want to express. So no, I'm not just putting difficult words in order to brag. And I think that comes with dialogues. Some people complain that characters shouldn't sound like they're from Shakespeare play. I'm not saying it should, because that also depends on your book. Because if your book is, for example, Our World, Our Time, then yes, you can't make them speak in that language, in this kind of language. But in other hand, I don't want to see words like bro and other slangs in that book, because it's a book, okay? I think there should be, also, again, that depends on your book. But generally, if that's something like modern fiction, then no, I don't want to see those things. Because in one thing, if you see a well-spoken person and he uses rich vocabulary, that shows his intelligence and the ability to form his sentence correctly. Then that's also a sign of intelligence. So yes, I may use that. My characters may sound like I'm saying this because I use this, and they say, oh, they sound not real. If you see a well-spoken person, he will sound like this, okay? I'm not saying that should be... You should understand that Shakespeare, it was a play, so almost like a movie back then. So people came to watch a movie, it was an exaggeration. They were speaking in poetry, in prose, metaphors, and so on. That's a different thing. We don't... Sometimes I do speak like this, but not on a daily basis. We can use it in real life. I can use it once in life just to describe something. Or to make some fun of something. With my sarcasm, I can use this kind of language. But otherwise, well, I can't say Shakespeare is... I have this... I started reading it, but at that time my English skill wouldn't allow me to. Now I can finally read it. And I started... I can't say that it feels so... Of course, as I'm sick at heart or something. Doesn't it sound beautiful? Isn't that the point in the book? Of course, my characters throw... I'm using myself as an example because, I mean, it's the easiest thing to do. Of course, my characters throw sarcastic remarks. But yes, there are moments when they speak like this. Not like Shakespeare, okay? They don't throw soap drama, though I don't think it's a soap drama. But in otherwise, yes, this bean soap theory just kills me. It's hard to make in YouTube now because every time you just have to remind people that it's my opinion. though generally if you take any book, it's the author's opinion. So I think people can keep that in mind. So I don't waste another like half an hour explaining, that's my opinion, you can have different one, that's okay, blah blah blah. I think that's a basic thing I shouldn't repeat. Because it's actually annoying, and I see that people who watch these videos they also get annoyed. I get annoyed when I see it, but also understand that there's this one brain cell people who can't understand that person who is speaking. It's his opinion, and that's it. It shouldn't be like yours, okay? It's annoying. It's truly annoying because I don't like to repeat it, but also I think that's not a crucial thing for me to say it out loud. See what I'm talking about? Why language matters. It matters in daily life. So yes, if you want a simple book, you pick something from a book talk, like something like this. Otherwise, maybe you shouldn't read then. Maybe books then just aren't for you. You can scroll TikTok. As a writers who actually want to tell something, they will use this complex language. Because that's it's in your opinion, complex language. But in that's the only language that can express our thought. There's nothing more to tell, okay? So, I don't know about other writers, but if I use this complex language or this kind of word, keep in mind I thought about it for 2 days at least, after and before I wrote it. So if it's written, then there's the reason it's written like this. My friend told me that it sounds like an old classics. I don't think that's bad. And she also told me that's a good thing, like that's something she enjoyed about my writing. And I also like it. I don't like when I pick a book and... so I'm on the second book of Harry Potter. Before I only watched movies. So, yes, language is simple because it's for kids. You can I love Harry Potter books and world as a teenager. I'm 17. So, and I still like these books, but mostly they're written as parenting books, like for kids. So yes, they're full of subtext, symbolism and so on, like hidden meanings, foreshadowing and so on. So it can be as for kids as for adult. But language is simple, and I understand that. But if I pick, for example, where there is adult content, for example, like here. Of course, there are some words I need to translate because, yes, even people native language whose English is native language, they also look up some words. But anyway, if I pick a book like this and it's simple but about adult things, like about some things that if the book is about things that we face as something somehow older, like I'll put 17 as minimum because, here's Evangeline is 17. And if I am at that age, and for example, people face certain things at this age, it should be written for this age, okay?
Do you understand?
That's my opinion. Also, I got sick this week. Plus, there's nothing worse about needing to study and being sick. Because I needed to take my exam on Monday, but I got sick. You see, I can't talk about things and push them into small things. Because how can I not mention that that's my opinion? I needed to say about this language because I see it often in TikTok, as writers give advice to a beginner writer. Okay, just that I'm a beginning writer doesn't mean that I should turn off my brains and listen to everything they say. Some things are useful. I see it often that your character should sound real. Okay, you're real. For example, I'm talking about this with the most pure intentions. So if your surrounding is not for people who are educated or have something higher in their minds, and they truly read decent books, okay? This doesn't count, this doesn't count, that doesn't show your intelligence. And a lot of people have talked about this. If you want to know this subject, I mean, I see my YouTube, thousands of videos. It's free, go use it instead of reading books like this. And then telling that you are a reading person. That doesn't count, okay? While reading, you should analyze. Otherwise, that doesn't mean anything, because the point of reading is analyze what you read, and that's the skill, okay? Okay? If you communicate with immature, brainless teenagers, for example, like Evangeline, or even worse, then yes, you won't find that kind of language in real life. But if I read books that are, for example, Dostoevsky, or I can relate to Tolstoy and Dostoevsky's dialogue, because I am from, like, my country is more or less from the same background. So I see this kind of formings and so on. So I can't say it's fully literature thing. It's just, it matters, it depends on your surrounding. You should analyze before taking these advices, because I think we should stop simplifying books, okay? It's simple that it's no longer the same, okay? When I pick books like Crime and Punishment, Idiot, or Remark, I mean, these books are classics for a reason, because they make you analyze your beliefs, or how you viewed people before, and so on. Or some just picture, like, as far as I understand, War and Peace just pictures like that period of time when it was war or something. I still haven't read it, because that's a huge book, and I understand maybe it's worth reading, but I mean, I started all of these books, so I think I should finish one before starting another. Write what you see you should write, and that's it. Because I don't think we should simplify books. It's too simple already. I was so, like, full of optimism when I bought this Shakespeare play, because it's a play, as far as I understand. And it got a vocabulary at the end, because I was reading and I felt like a 5-year-old. I couldn't understand a second word. Like, here, understand? No, I don't understand. And then, oh, here, I know that word. So, yes, I ditched my hope. But recently I bought it up, and it was fine. So I think I could try again. I can't keep this video short, okay? So, impossible. I can't. I try, I truly do. But then I shift from one topic to another, and it's, as always. Did I tell you that I wanted to finish this book till the age of 18? My birthday is in May. I don't think I'll be able to. Though, maybe it doesn't have to be the whole War and Peace book. I don't know. I don't know. Haste. Why? I don't want to write a heist, and now I figured out it might be more than one heist. And it should be like brief heist, because I'm not writing the whole heist book, okay? My whole book is not dedicated to one huge heist. It's a small heist I should write. So that's the main issue. I clean, by the way, everywhere. But now, like I said, it's not visible. It doesn't stay, okay? I don't know why. Maybe that's just because I'm a middle child. Well, I mean, my younger sister, like third child, doesn't clean at all. So that's the other thing. My older sister and mom clean for her. I don't have that privilege. That's it. That's my weekly recap that happened only yesterday. Maybe in 20 minutes, 30 minutes. If good, if I'm lucky. So, that's all, folks.